All right, we are going to start with clips from the different Amish greenhouses that my mom and I toured. We try to hit up the same group every year. We try to go either on or a little bit before Mother's Day. It kind of depends on what the weather has been doing. This is a big day of road tripping all around for us. We hit up, I think, 5 greenhouses in about 6 hours, and it was actually insanely busy. This was this Monday, so the Monday the week before Mother's Day, and I had never seen so many people out at the greenhouses, so we were happy that we went a little earlier than usual this year, because I think come Mother's Day, these greenhouses are going to be a lot emptier. The video clips were a little hard for me to take because I would have to wait until people would leave each kind of greenhouse room, because I don't want to film other people that are just out shopping and enjoying their day, and obviously I don't want to film the Amish who do not like being on camera. So just a few little video clips here and there, nothing too exciting. I didn't really try to show what prices they're selling things for, because obviously this is going to be different in whatever area you are in. But I will say, if you have Amish greenhouses near you, or that it's worth to make a day to do a road trip and stop and see them, do it, because you can just find great prices on things that honestly it's hard for me to grow some of these things for what they're selling them for. So we'll just take the little walk around some of the greenhouses. I don't think I filmed at all of them, and each greenhouse, and there's multiple buildings, like, oh my goodness, so much stuff. And then we'll take a quick peek at what my mom and I bought, and then I will give you guys a tour of what's going on in my greenhouse and in my gardens right now, which are not nearly as pretty or exciting compared to those Amish greenhouses. Okay, I haven't really done any gardening videos yet this year. Last year I did a whole seed starting video and took you along with me as I started seeds, starting with 12 weeks out from when I can plant outside. I am encroaching on when I can plant out here. Usually I wait for June 1st for most of the things that are really heat loving, so like my tomatoes, my peppers, my melons, things like that. Really wait until June. Some of these other things I could sneak out now. We do have a frost warning tonight, so I will probably wait until tomorrow because the weather looks pretty good after that. Thank you for all the background noise, chickens. But I just wanted to show you guys what I've got in here. It's kind of a mix of all the things. I still have things that I'm going to be direct sowing in the garden, but it's been fun. So all of this stuff that's blooming and with the tags on it, obviously this all came from the Amish, and this is part of the fun of greenhouse shopping, is they can start things, you know, in December or January, and they'll be blooming right now. I can't afford heat-wise to start things that early, but this tray, these trays, I love these little mini roses. I grabbed a rhubarb. I have a rhubarb plant, but I want more, and I've been looking specifically for a red rhubarb, so I finally found one. And then this whole tray, this is one that I seed started. It's a wildflower mix, but mostly what I was looking for at the Amish stores is I have a few hanging planters that I did not start annuals for, so that's what I was shopping for. And then I love the fuchsia. I got this one, and then this one with the darker purple. So pretty. But so lots of annuals will fill out that. A little bit of veg that I didn't grow. I didn't have any celery seed this year. What else did I grab? I grabbed some red cabbage that's somewhere. I grabbed a few lizanthus colors that I don't have for myself. I've got a couple tomato starts that I don't grow myself. A fun type of basil. My mom pointed this out. It grows in that like little ball. Isn't that cool? What else did I find? Flowers that I don't have. I didn't seed start snapdragons this year just because I didn't, so grabbed a couple snapdragons. Lots and lots of pretty flowers, because again, while I have seeds for most of these, I just don't have the time, and I don't want to spend the money to be heating things that early. Grabbed sweet peppers, and I've got banana peppers somewhere. My sweet peppers just did not germinate for heck this year. Red cabbage, because I just have green cabbage, but you can see like this is my cabbage size, and this is theirs. So they start things a lot earlier than I did, but I've got all of my summer squash, my tomatoes, lots of tomatoes, jalapenos, lots and lots of basil. Like I said, here's my cabbage. This is a tray of marigolds. This is mixed. I've got broccoli and cauliflower, which honestly I'm now thinking I should have grabbed some from the Amish because theirs were so much farther ahead. And then I'm having some wimp out and die on me. Normally I do really good with those, but the last 2 years they have not liked me. More squashes of all types. There's zucchinis, there's acorn squash, there's butternut squash, dahlia starts I've got going. Here we've got some, I think some more marigolds and bachelor buttons. I don't know what's in the back over there. Oh, borage. Lots more stuff. What do we got? These are all my melons, so honeydew melon, cantaloupe, lots of different varieties of them. Over here, I've got straw flowers, nasturtiums, cucumbers, kohlrabi. This is my tray of lisianthus that I started. Unfortunately, the ones that I had thought maybe I overwintered, they did not. They died. I'm going to try again this year. I'm going to pull them back earlier. These were all in the root cellar over winter. I just put out all my ones that were in the shop. We'll go out in the garden in a minute. More dahlias, some elderberry starts that I've got. What else do we have? Dill and parsley, some okra, which I just threw down some more because not all of it popped up. And then the ground cherries, I just put down a bunch more seed because I tried them multiple times last year, never got one. Trying again this year. I'm thinking it's a bad batch of seeds that I got, which happens. Here's a tray of watermelon, lots of them are still popping up. And then we've got more cabbage. Maybe that's not, no, that's not cabbage down here. See, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts. But my cabbage are still small. And I even looked right past it. That's funny. Shh, ignore me, guys. I don't even know what I'm talking about. And then a couple sweet peppers up here. And jalapenos. But I ended up reseeding some of these peppers. And the jalapenos, I planted a whole second tray because I don't know if you guys had the problem, but a couple years ago, I had where all my jalapenos I started from seed must have been cross-pollinated with something else before they collected the seeds from them because they looked like a sweet pepper but tasted spicy like a jalapeno. And it was very weird. So I didn't want to deal with that again just in case. So I did buy a new packet of jalapeno seeds, and that is what we have going on here. So that's just kind of what's going on. My little Brussels sprouts. I could probably take these out because they like the cooler weather, but we'll see. So much to do. I still need to start zinnias and cosmos, and I'm gonna spread some more hollyhock seeds. Yeah, we'll go take a peek in the back garden quick and I'll show you what's going on over there. Okay, if you have followed me for a while now, or if you check out any of my other videos, you will know we have 3 gardens, plus an orchard, plus a couple big flower beds out front. So this is what I call the back garden. It's behind the trailer house. Eventually the trailer house is going. This garden is in rough shape right now because we had to drag the excavator through here and dig a big hole to run power to the new house. It's going to be in rough shape again this year because once the new house is done, the trailer house is getting torn down, and then at some point we want to build a summer kitchen, which we're not even sure where the layout for that is going to be going. I might be having to pull up all the irises and perennials I have on the back if we decide to come this way. So I don't know, it's a little bit chaotic to try and figure out what I'm doing with this garden this year and how I can plant it, but I will show you what's going on right now. Here's some of my garlic, lots and lots of weeds. I have not had the tiller going yet this year because the belt broke on it last year, so we need to get that repaired and then I can start tilling, which needs to happen sooner rather than later. Lots of anise popping up. I love it. My roses are starting to come back to life. The hostas are waking up. The clematis are coming alive. I just love how it gets bigger and bigger every year. I keep trying to find more clematis because I'd love to do more along the whole fence line, but they're like $20 anywhere I find them, and I'm just too cheap for that. I tried starting some from seed this year. Apparently clematis are very hard to start from seed. Did not know that. So we're trying it. So far, no luck. These are 2 of my Vegega raised beds. So in that one there are leeks and onions that I got from a friend. And this one I did lettuce, spinach, Swiss chard, and kale. And then along the trellises in each there are peas. Over here is garlic that my daughter planted. Here we have walking onions, more garlic, more roses, just all along the edges, perennials, and then obviously weeds mixed in. I haven't had a lot of time to weed stuff yet. I've done a lot of rock picking because when Dan came through with the excavator, there's so many rocks that I wouldn't have even been able to till in here until the rocks are dealt with. So more garlic. Here's my little herb spot. Those are some leeks that were in my fridge and from last winter that I grew. So I stuck them in here. We'll see if they come back or not. I've done it before and they have come back, and then if they do, they'll bloom this year, which is why I stuck them over there. It's just fun. Peonies looking good. I just put up a hosta and moved it over here, and then I went in the woods and I dug up another fern because I only have one other fern, and I like the ferns and hostas especially for filling in this perennial space and kind of trying to block out the weeds while my other perennials get established. We have a lot of weeds. The clay is really really good at growing weeds. Yesterday Dan and I went mushroom hunting and we found, I'm not kidding you, a forest full of ramps, which is what those are. It's a ramp, also known as wild onion. Some people call it wild garlic. It tastes like garlic, so I like to call it wild garlic, but whatever. The whole thing is edible. If you're going for sustainability wise, because it's a small patch, just clip a leaf and eat that. If there's 40 acres of it like we found, you can pull the bulb and eat the whole thing. We ate maybe 5 or 6, and the rest I've planted here. That's why they look sad, because they just got dug up and replanted yesterday. But I'm hoping that I can get them to grow here, and if they grow here, I'll move some down to the secret garden, which is my garden that I've been working on establishing perennial edibles. So my asparagus, my strawberries, my rhubarb, there's more elderberry down there, things like that. I'd love to start some ramps down there, and if they do well in that one as well, maybe spread them through our woods, because these woods are very similar to the woods we found them growing in. So I'd be happy with my woods being overrun by ramps. There would be no complaints. This bed, usually we do sunflowers in, so I've got a few sunflowers popping up, leftover seeds from last year, and I had moved a few annuals, well, I do annuals in here, but I'd moved a few perennials in here, and I have a few more, excuse me, in the greenhouse that I need to bring over here. This is the time of year my allergies kick my butt every year, so sorry for the coughing. This is my new raised bed. This one is from Birdie's. Like I said, very similar to the 2 Vegega ones I have over there. And then this one as well is from Vegega. So if you're shopping for raised metal garden beds, I am an affiliate with both companies. I have discount codes with both companies. Both companies do really good sales all the time. I'm sure they have Mother's Day sales going on. So if you're shopping for a raised bed, I love them. I'm hoping to get more. It's just handy. This one, I think I'm going to do my broccoli and cauliflower in. If they ever get big enough that it's worth planting them, I guess. We'll see. This bed last year, I did ranunculus and gladiolas. They did not do well in this particular spot. So I am trying carrots in here this year. We will see what they think of that. I have a huge dahlia hoard. So every single one of these pots is dahlias. Each pot has at least 2 separate clumps of tubers. If not, some of the bigger ones have 3 or 4. I think I counted 28 pots of dahlias this year. Last year I think I had 21. So the dahlia collection is growing. My gladiolas I just got planted today, so I need to decide where I'm going to arrange these buckets and then water them. But so these have glads. These are the ones left over that I had from last year. Like I said, they did really bad. I actually lost most of them, which was depressing. So starting over, these are new ones that I bought for this year, and those are the few survivors from last year. And these 2 buckets are my ranunculus, which I also need to decide where exactly I want to put those. Then I have my green stalk tower, which I need to empty out. And then it used to sit where that pot was, and it was nice because it got sun around all the sides, but then I'm really bad about keeping this darn thing watered, so I'm going to move it back over to this side and probably put it next to that trellis, which is where I always grow my cucumbers, just because it gets shade in the afternoon and in the morning. So if I'm not watering it every day, it shouldn't be the end of the world. And I think I'm going to do a lot of herbs and stuff in it that I would like to try to overwinter in the house. Maybe that will get me to pull them out and do something with them sooner. Maybe they'll die again. Who knows? But I'm thinking right in this area is where I'm going to level out and put the green stock this year. My wash tub planters I need to fill. Usually I do a mix of zinnia and bachelor buttons in those, and they always tip over and make a mess, and I have to tie them up with twine. But whatever. Here's some grape starts from my mom. Thornless blackberry starts from my mom. I know she gave me some lilacs too. I got those planted this morning, Mother. She's gonna give me another color of lilacs that she has that I don't, and then some other stuff. I don't even remember what we've talked about. Radishes in these 3 trays. These, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I did zinnias and bachelor buttons in them last year. This is such a shady spot. It didn't really do great. So I might either move these pots somewhere else. I might say to heck with these pots and get rid of them because they were not draining well. So I actually made bigger holes in the bottom, and the bottom is pretty much blown out of them at this point. So I don't know. Maybe I'll put them on the front porch of the new house. We'll see. But yeah, this is the back garden. The secret garden is down the hill, and then we have the market garden, which is across the field. Last year that did terribly because it was so wet. We got nothing out of it, which was really disappointing. But I'm not even going to bother showing you the other 2 gardens today because there's just nothing going on. It's the first garden tour of the year, Odin. Yeah, just a good boy. I'm going to get back to working on all of my gardening disaster. Good boy.